This is a huge week for Forest with two big games coming up. Forest could end up 5th in the league, or we could end up behind Leicester City. And we've got, on top of that, some Morgan Gibbs-White news for you guys. Welcome to your Forest news. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to your latest Forest news, where we got some good news updates for you guys. We'll be talking about the week ahead, and I'm going to have a little rant about the way the corruption is in the Premier League right now. If you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to Forest Fan TV. We'll be kicking off the watch along right here for Forest versus Palace from 7:30 tonight. So if you're not going down to the game, make sure you tune in and chat amongst all the other fellow Reds that will be in there. And you've only got until 7:30 tonight to get your tickets for this beauty. Look at it. The signed framed double Moreno and Einar shirts, all signed with instant prize win of Sells and of Bolly as well. Scan the QR code or click on the link that's pinned in the comments. Okay, let's kick the video off and let's start it with some Morgan Gibbs-White news. So I've been talking to my mate. He knows who he is. And he's giving me positive vibes on Morgan Gibbs-White. Morgan Gibbs-White is out of his boot, he's out of his crutches, and he's walking around fine. Now, this doesn't mean he will be part of the team tonight because of the match suspension, but I am very confident now that Morgan Gibbs-White should be ready for Friday for the Crystal Palace match. Now, we'll talk about that suspension in just a second. And we're going to need him, because my biggest worry about tonight is, has Nuno learnt from what happened last time when Morgan Gibbs-White was out and decided to go for that horrible 4-4-2 formation against Fulham that just did not work? And that's why I'm a little nervous about tonight. On paper, I've been sizing it up in my mind. Everything else, I look at it pound for pound. I think we've got the better players in pretty much every position on the pitch. And I think Forest should win this. But when I think Forest should win it, or when Forest are in that mode to win things, we all know what it's like to be Forest fans. We've seen this script written a billion times before. So the news on Morgan Gibbs-White is very positive, and I'm hopeful, I'm very confident that he should be back for the Leicester match on Friday. How are you guys feeling about that? Do you think Nuno goes 4-4-2 tonight? Or will we see Jota or Elliot Anderson or Dominguez or whoever else you guys can think of in that 10 position? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, as I said at the start of the video, this is a huge week for Forest. I feel it's probably season defining is a bit too far because we're only 7 games in. But it's at that stage where the table is going to start to stretch. Look, wins still move you up the table quite a bit at the moment. As I mentioned, Forest could go joint 7th if we beat Palace tonight. And then if we beat Leicester, because we're playing before everyone else, that will push us up to 5th in the league, which could be a Champions League spot come the end of the season. And this will give us great momentum. And then following that, if we can do that, we've got West Ham, who are fully in the mud right now. Maybe Forest go 3 wins in a row. How long has it been since we've seen that? This is a huge part of the season. And this could set us up nicely for what's to come in the weeks to follow, especially after that stupid international break. But it's going to be the Cooper Derby at the end of the week. Leicester definitely brown envelope their way past Southampton, and their fan base are all up and singing and dancing because they beat poor little Southampton, who are struggling to get a single win on the board. But it's going to make it spicy come the end of the week. But for tonight, we need the City ground to be absolutely rocking. Palace were not able to sell out their allocation, so we're going to have more Reds in there anyway. I think it's a bit harsh on the poor Palace fans. I don't think there's any trains by the end of the match, so they couldn't get back down to Croydon, etc. So it's going to be definitely really vibrant, I'm hoping, at the City ground. I'm already getting nervous. Look, we've done our match previews. We've spoken to D, we've spoken to Rich. All of those are there. If you're looking for some content pre the match, go check those out. but I'm confident, but I'm nervously confident is the way I would describe it. I'm still sticking to what I said. I think Forest only seem to be able to win by 1 goal when we win. I'm sticking to 2-1 still. Let's see what happens. And Nketiah, don't you dare. Update your predictions down below if you've changed them from the weekend. And now let's go on to talk about all this BS that's coming Forest's way. So I've been saying forever, and you guys know it, I have receipts, that the Premier League is corrupt and the Premier League is out to get Forest, be it the FA, the PG, LOL, whoever it is. And they couldn't resist their chance to twist the knife in on Forest, as we've seen almost record numbers of fines and suspensions coming to us in the last week. Let's cast you guys' minds back. Forest got fined 750,000 for the tweet after the Everton game about Stuart Twatwell being a Luton fan. And then on top of it, it's snowballed this week. Marinakis has been banned for 5 matches. Not a touchline ban, a stadium ban from the City ground. He can't step foot in it during those games. I believe as well it counts for away matches. One of you guys will correct me if I'm wrong. So he won't be able to be at the Forest match tonight. He won't be able to go to Leicester. He won't be able to watch the West Ham game. All these matches will count as a ban. Something I've never heard of before. How can you physically ban the owner of the club from an asset that he owns, full stop? How do they have the power to do that? I'm hoping the Greek father sticks 2 fingers up at them tonight and just turns up and he's going to be like, and what? I got my new lift here. I want to use it. I'm going to go to my area and I dare you to try and do something. Because what can they do? Can they call the police? Will they stop the match? Will they just fine him again? Extend his ban? Who knows? Who knows? Will he do it? Probably not. But shout out to the Greek father if he does do it. Now, Morgan Gibbs-White as well, after an independent panel reviewed his sending off against Brighton, and they came to the conclusion that it should not have been a sending off because he was proven to have not been sent off. What have they done? They've punished him further with a 20k fine and a further 1-match ban, hence why he will miss, injury or not, the Crystal Palace match tonight. I mean, have you ever heard of something so stupid in your life? We were wrong. We had our own independent panel look at it. But hey, guess what? Because we're wrong, someone has to be punished. We ain't going to punish ourselves. We'll punish Morgan Gibbs-White. It's beyond stupidity. And then the manager situation. Nuno's got a 3-line touch ban because of the flare-up after the sending off of Morgan Gibbs-White. Now, the little kid in the other dugout for Brighton, whose name is irrelevant, he got a fine. No touchline ban. Nuno gets a 55k fine and the 3-match touchline ban. Now, they are hiding behind the fact that he had a suspended sentence off the back of his cases, shall we say, from last season. So they said the suspended sentence has been triggered, and that's why he's had the 3-match ban. Is this all going to impact Forest? Because in total, we're looking at 825k in fines. We're looking at what, 7, 8, 9 match bans in total across Marinakis, Morgan Gibbs-White and Nuno. But is this going to impact us? And my gut feeling is yes, it will. But I think it will impact us in the positive, because there should now be a siege mentality. Everyone at Forest should now be agreeing with me that there is corruption in the Premier League, in the FA, in the PG, LOL. Look at the decisions over the weekend. Almost identical scenarios. Saliba gets sent off for pulling down Evan Nielsen. And then in the same scenario, literally the same ball, same blade of grass, you see it against Chelsea and Liverpool yesterday, and it's a yellow card. There's just no consistency at all when it comes to this Premier League, the PG, LOL, the FA, and all of them. Yet they can dish out these punishments and they get to make the decisions on it. But back to the point, I'm expecting a siege mentality now from Forest. Us against the world, us against the PG, LOL, the FA, the Premier League, all the institutes and all the bodies there are. And we need to show them on the pitch. Why is all this happening? I personally feel is because a lot of pundits, a lot of mainstream media and everyone else was having Forest down for relegation this season, even though they are stupid, didn't look at the signings we've made. And they've seen that Forest have had a great start to the season. So what do they need to do? They need to try and rattle us off the pitch because they have no power to control us on the pitch apart from the idiot referees that they put on there. And Forest now go into siege mentality. Make sure we focus on the game. Any BS decisions or any brown envelopes that Crystal Palace might produce, we need to ignore. And this is why we need to start winning games by more than one goal so it doesn't impact us. I look back at the West Ham match last season where Nico Williams should have had a blatant penalty. But because we had a 2-goal lead, or we ended up winning 2-0, it was okay and didn't impact us. And we were still able to say, look at you, even with your corruption, we still went ahead and won that game. And that's why these goal margins are going to be huge. We need to convert the chances we create, and it needs to start tonight. Okay, there's my little rant. What do you guys think about all these fines? What do you guys think about these suspensions? Will they affect us? Or will Forest rebel City up and get through this huge week? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And we'll see you tonight at 7:30. Have your pre-match poos, have your pre-match rituals done. Get ready. We need these 3 points. We cannot be Charity FC because Crystal Palace still haven't won a game. Getting nervous. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. Go grab your tickets. You've only got a couple of hours on this. And we will see you for the watch along tonight. Come on, you Reds.